That even knowing that this is harmful for my skin, it may lead to side effects, it may lead to some disadvantages over time or whatever.
You can change your entire personality and your uh, character if you identify that it is not taking you forward in life.
People should be aware that there's something known as tunnel vision.
Right.
You know, they can get tunneled up at any point in time.
Today, a lot of people come to me for skin color, skin lightening. That is a most trending thing that they come, or Korean glass skin. And then they come with total imbalance of the skin pH. And then they say nothing is working. That's why I came to you.
You know, how can somebody differentiate between focus, tunnel vision, and obsession? Hi, our guest on today's podcast is someone who beautifully connects the physiology with the psychology, who beautifully bridges the gap between the skin and the emotional health. Dr. Varni Shri is a practicing dermatologist, a certified master practitioner of NLP, which is Neuro Linguistic Programming, and a life coach, a professional who truly focuses on emotional well being and mindfulness. Since 2021, she has been practicing mindfulness, and through a lot of tools of NLP, she helps people break through limiting thoughts, limiting beliefs, limiting perspectives to live a more fulfilling life. Her philosophy is simple. When inner wellness aligns with outer care, we don't just heal the skin, we heal the inner self. I'm thrilled to have her on off the script today for a great conversation on a very peculiar topic, which is tunnel vision when focus turns into blindness. So, hi, Dr. Varni, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, Yash. How are you?
All great,
Thanks
all great.
for calling me here.
Glad to have you.
Yeah.
So, before we jump right into our core topic, I wanted to ask you what are you as a person beyond your titles of a dermatologist and a coach?
So I don't consider myself as a dermatologist alone. Usually from beginning, from maybe even before I became a doctor, I always considered myself as a healer. So for me, the inner person needs to be healed, and then the outer outcome is visible. So whenever the person or patient comes to me, I always try to find out if there is anything else bothering that person. I don't know, it's just inbuilt in me. I somehow connect the mind and the body, be it a skin problem or be it some other kind of problem they come up with, maybe very superficial, but I always know there is something deeper, and I ask questions accordingly. So I consider myself as a healer or a connector between the mind and the body.
Nice. And how I think when it comes to the skin, I think skin is like everybody's skin is like the first reflection of what's happening in the mind, right? So
Yes.
how has it been for you when somebody comes to you? I think you must be looking through, like when we say reading between the lines, looking through
Yes.
what they're saying,
Reading between the words or their
yeah,
symptoms.
and rather reading between the skin and the layers also.
Yes. So the thing is, whenever I've got so many instances, the reason I started getting deeper into learning NLP and mindfulness, all these are not part of my MBBS or medicine. But then I went in that line only because my clients used to come up with skin problems. But then somehow I used to find a connection between, they used to tell me indirectly that they have some kind of stress at home, they have this. So I used to recognize it, but then I didn't know how to go about with it, like how to heal that part. So I used to feel helpless as a dermatologist, saying that okay, I'll write medicines and give, but then what about the other part of their life? So that's how I jumped into learning NLP, and not jumped, I try to inculcate NLP mindfulness along with now. So in my clinic now, I'm even having wellness programs coming up where I'll be talking about the connection of skin and mind. And even
Right.
my reels on my clinic page are mostly about that now, the
Right.
connection of brain and skin.
Right.
So I'm very passionate about science and self care, combining these two and trying to help my
Correct. Correct.
patients.
So how has the journey been? I think in 2021 you started learning NLP and mindfulness and coaching. So how has the journey been so far in terms of how have the revelations been for you yourself?
So when I got to know about, like, I started with learning life coach, the basics of coaching, that is the basic course that you learn as a life coach. And then I got into NLP. So NLP was like a turning point for me. In fact, I decided to learn NLP as a separate course only because, though it's a part of life coaching, I decided to get into NLP only because there's a brain connection there. It's about neuroscience basically. So I learned that lot of our problems in life is based on our how we tackle our minds, how we use our brain power, and there's a lot of things we can actually modify in our brain. But the wiring that we do, the thoughts that we have, the filters that we have created over the years through our experience, a lot of things can be modified. It's not like I have been learnt, seen this, so I am like this. No, you can change your entire personality and your character if you identify that it is not taking you forward in life.
Right.
So a lot of wiring can be done, just like
Yeah.
you can repair and wire a electronic. The same way you can actually repair and wire a brain. So
Right.
so that it helps you in life.
Yeah.
So that's when I got to know that our brain is actually a superpower. As a human, we say mystic, हमको magic दिख रहा है. We try to look for magic outside, but magic is actually within
inside.
us,
Yeah.
which we don't know. We're not even using 1% of our magic.
True.
Today's life is like totally, I think everyone's living a automated life, like a machine. We are
Yeah.
actually living like a machine. We are not even
True.
using 2 or 3% of our brain powers.
Potential. Yeah.
And when I talk about powers and potential, it's not only the intellectual level, it is also the other part
Yeah.
where we, the emotional part, the how we can communicate and bring better results on our table with whether
Yeah.
it's a spouse or it's at work. So you can do a lot of magic by the way you think or way you put out your words there.
Right.
We don't do that.
Yeah.
And then it creates, obviously today's problems are all related to work. Like I think even the topic that we're going to discuss is about being
Yeah.
too much focused on one thing in your life that
Yeah.
you forget the other part and you bring an imbalance in your life.
Yeah. So I was just about to come to the same topic that, uh, you being a mental coach, you being having that expertise into understanding how the neurology works
Yeah.
and how the human psychology also works. So, when you bring it together and of course, supported by all the knowledge that you also have an experience of over 15 years of practicing.
Yeah.
So when you take a look at the kind of patients who are coming to you or the kind of people you are, not just patients at the work front, but maybe the kind of people that you are interacting with on an everyday basis, what is the situation like today in terms of diving right into our topic? Do you observe people getting tunneled up? Do you observe people and what kind of, what is your observation about what kind of mental state are they carrying?
So I wouldn't generalize by saying that all the people I meet or see are, too
Absolutely.
much focused on only one thing. There are people who I meet are very open and flexible to things. In fact, the people who I interact now are mostly people who are flexible. Like in my personal zone,
Yeah.
are mostly people who are flexible and open to, anything. Because I being my age also now, I cannot sit with people, in a personal way. I cannot sit with a person who has a close mindset.
Yeah.
Or because me being very open and flexible about things, I cannot digest the fact if I cannot, you can say I cannot mingle with such people. So I try to stay away from such people, unless obviously if they are coming out of help, they want
Yeah.
some help from me, I will definitely be there. But on a personal level, I don't refer to it, right? Because that is how my mind works. My
Yeah.
mind balance is kept because I stay away from people like
Yeah.
that. But definitely I would always be curious as to why that person is behaving in such a way. Or even my patients, when they come, I do see a lot of patients who are, they have very good features. They are very, for one example, I can say is today a lot of people come to me for skin color, skin lightening. That is a most trending thing that they come, or Korean glass skin. Like that is the most trending because of the K-pop and
Yeah.
K-drama and the marketing that's going beyond Korean products. So many of these Indian girls are coming to me saying, I want Korean glass skin. Do you have this? So that's like a, you are unrealistic, you're asking for something very unrealistic. When you are an Indian, how can you aim
Have a
for a
Korean.
Korean skin? And
Correct.
it's not only the products that goes behind a Korean skin, it's their lifestyle, it's their diet, it's their
Is a
genes,
geography
it's their
also.
genes, it's
Yeah.
the place they are coming from. So you cannot expect that kind of a skin for you. All I can help you with is, obviously, if there is a lot of tanning, pigmentation, I can help you with that. Get back your original color, maybe one shade lighter also, because we have other skin lightening agents these days for radiance and glow. That is again not for, so that those are where I come across, you can say tunnel vision, or people are just looking at the flaws or just going with comparisons through social media reels. It's affecting badly.
But even today in 2025, the awareness, the kind of literacy, the literacy rates have increased a lot over the past few years, and there's a lot of awareness. Of course, there is a lot of advertising also,
Yeah.
but there's a lot of awareness also that this can be done, this shouldn't be done. You know, there are side effects. But even with all these kind of things, people still have these kind of unrealistic expectations.
Yes, a lot. In fact, I would say our parents, and they were much smarter in knowing that, okay, if someone is still coming up with a marketing idea, they know that they're making a fool out of you. But today people are just blindly following reels. So many people, in fact, there was a recent news that I had read in China. They have made it a compulsion that people who have a certificate on health education can only promote reels for
Right, right.
products or health products or anything like. And that, I think that should come in India also, because anyone is promoting skin products,
Yeah,
even in a salon person. And nowadays even saloons are having a lot of laser products which are made, uh, in China. So which are, you can say, you how we
yeah,
consider Chinese products.
yeah.
So that's the results you can even expect with them. So I have a lot of patients doing a lot of, they get it cheaper in a salon, so they do it there, and then they come up with complications to my clinic,
Right.
saying that, we did so many sittings and we didn't get any results. So you should know, people, I wouldn't blame them, because that's how people are
Yeah,
marketing these days. They are very
yeah,
good at marketing.
yeah,
So but then you should know where to draw a line and
yeah.
how to differentiate. And if you still are confused, like suppose I'm searching for a salicylic based or glycolic based product, nowadays there's an organic searching. I'm sure you are into
Yeah.
digital and AI and all. So they lot of products start coming up in your feeds
Feed. Yeah.
related to what you searched. So there will be 10 products having the same content. So girls, they, when I ask them, like there's patients everyday basis, in fact patients come to me saying, I've been using salicylic, I've seen this person, this reel I saw online, there's glycolic, niacinamide, everything is there in that product. And then they come with total imbalance of the skin pH, and then they say nothing is working, that's why I came to you. So that's, dermatologist is the last
Last,
thing
yeah,
that
I
they
was
go
going to
to.
ask you that question. Yeah.
They
Yeah.
try everything and
Yeah.
then they come to us.
Yeah.
And then it's difficult. So we tell them that, these products are good, but you don't know what is suitable for your skin type.
Yeah.
So that only we can tell you,
Right.
because they don't know the science behind what salicylic does, what
Absolutely.
glycolic does. Everything has a role,
Yeah.
one specific role for your skin. So you, unless and until you don't know the skin type, what is happening, the science behind the skin,
Yeah.
you will not know what product will go best for you.
Correct.
So
No, and I think as a phenomenon, this is happening with not just about the skin. This is happening about weight. This is happening
everything,
about nutrition. This is happening about
everything.
what sort of protein powder to choose, what sort of exercises to do. Like an expert is rather the last option that people are
People are
preferring,
preferring.
and that I think is a phenomenon which is really sad to see.
Yeah.
And probably you can address this one thing very in a very peculiar manner, that what are the drawbacks of not considering your own skin, not considering your own skin type, not considering your what's good for yourself.
Yeah.
What are the drawbacks of these behaviors?
Drawbacks are, like I said, if you don't know what's going well for your skin, you
Yeah.
will choose the wrong product. You'll have the complications, like there are certain, the skin has a pH. So
Yeah.
the first thing that happens is the barrier is damaged due to whatever overusage of products, like harsh products like salicylic acid, glycolic acid, and then you end up having worsening of the existing symptom that you had,
Yeah.
or maybe an add-on to your existing symptom. You might have more dryness, you might have
Yeah.
itching, burning sensation. So then we need to, we when they come to us, we have to tell them, see, this is what happened with this product. I usually explain what this product does and how this
Is
landed up
damaging.
with the
Yeah.
symptoms. So you need to use, so they just use the product, but they don't use the other things that balance, like a moisturizer or sunscreen.
Yeah.
They don't know
Yeah.
the importance of that. They
Yeah.
just straight away go to the serums which they
Yeah.
are seeing online.
Yeah. How
these
true are these marketing tactics? I mean, if you have to say, for example, they are saying there are 10 things that will happen if you use our product.
Huh.
How true is it? Like,
It is true to a certain extent, but not everything. It's like not one cream goes for all.
yeah.
Okay, maybe you, so now suppose I want something for salicylic based, or I want something, niacinamide is a new thing that's come. Okay, so which is for pigmentation and for acne. So lot of companies, I myself, I sometimes get confused as to, this product is there with multiple companies.
Right.
But when even the MRs, the medical representatives from pharmaceutical companies, they come to me, every company has that one product that I want to keep for my patients. But I need to really choose, because they might be, some might have this much concentration of that product,
Right.
maybe 5%, maybe 10%, and then what are the other preservatives that are added to
How is it
balance
balanced?
it. Huh.
Yeah.
So all these things matter. So that I will know only when I try and test it on myself. So usually the products that I write for my patients, I
Right.
know how it works, because
Right.
I must have used it, or I give it to my staff or my family member to try, because I know that I need to know if it's really working, it's doing its job, and then I write it for my patients.
Right.
But I see many doctors who just because you don't have the time to sit I have like 50 products in my house which I've kept for trying, but I don't get the time, because
Right.
I cannot sit and
Yes.
try every product. But then I'll first of all I have to choose from the 10 range which one I should pick,
Correct.
and then after, so there's a lot of work behind going before I write that for a patient.
Correct.
I don't just write blindly.
Right.
That's it.
As a phenomenon, trying to connect this with our core topic of having a tunnel vision, is that when people are like, when you see people or your clients or your patients, they are so focused on one particular outcome that even knowing that this is harmful for my skin, it may lead to side effects, it may lead to some disadvantages over time or whatever, but they're still so tunneled up about the outcomes that they want. My question to you now, from different from being a dermatologist to being a coach, like a mental coach, is that why are people unable to see through their tunnels?
Because the brain is always seeking for a pattern. Okay, you always, suppose you are used to something, then you don't want to switch to a unknown thing which you don't know anything about. So brain, basically our human brains are, we are, the brain is made for a survival mode. So, or if you are in a fear mode, how to escape from that. That is
Right.
how our brain works. So if your brain knows that this is the way, this is your way which you know, it is trained for certainty and patterns. So if this is the way, they fail to see, and most of the time tunnel vision comes out of a deeper insecurity you have. So if you have some kind of insecurities, it could be fear, it could be some flaws that you have, or it could be ego, or a social conditioning that you had from childhood. So these things usually end up leaving the individual in a tunnel vision because they don't want to look otherwise. They
Right.
want, because they are used to this road. Suppose you want to go somewhere, you know this route, you go by this route every day, and you
Right.
want, but you will think twice before taking another route, a new route that's come.
So are we saying the comfort zone?
Comfort zone also, yeah, comfort zone, because you know this route is good, you are used to it, even though there are some potholes in the road, you are used to, you know kahan pe kaun sa pothole aa raha, because you are
Correct.
going every day in that.
Correct.
But if you take a totally new route,
Yeah.
you don't know where the bumps are coming, where the
Yeah.
potholes are coming, and if you really want to reach on time, you will try to take the route that you know.
Yeah.
So that is what the brain does. If you are into focus, you know that the outcome is there, and I need to do this, and go. But many a times, what happens in a tunnel vision, you're so focused and obsessed, and sometimes people feel stuck,
Yeah.
that they're doing everything, फिर भी नहीं हो रहा है.
Correct.
Why? Because they are not seeing anything else. They are just
Yeah.
seeing what they know. Like there is even a saying, no, you see the brain sees what it knows.
Yeah.
So like that's what I meant by brain is trained for certainty and pattern.
Right.
You don't want to change the pattern. You don't want to change what is, go to an uncertain level, which might be a better way to reach outcome, but you don't want to take it.
Because it's also out of your comfort zone, and
Yeah.
you don't want to see it.
See it.
Yeah.
So that's why even when you do all, so when you talked about my patients, I see a lot of patients coming, seeing social media. You know, there are a lot of Bollywood actors who have been darker initially and now they're fairer.
Yeah.
So, me being a dermatologist, I know what goes behind that changes of skin, what they are doing, how they are doing, how frequently they are doing things. But with the new young generation, the girls in colleges, they are not aware of it. They just
Yeah.
think कि कोई cream लगाया and you become fair, or you
Yeah.
do. They are even aware of glutathione injections and all these things. So they come and they tell me, I want to do this. So I say, yeah, we have the treatments, but you have to do it very frequently, and it's not like you will go 5 shades lighter, but you might get 1 or 2 shades lighter, but you have to keep doing it throughout your life, maybe 3 months down the lane. Initially you will have to take it every week, and then later on you might have to shift to once in 6 months, three, like a top up.
Yeah.
You have to do a top up, recharge basically. So, and then they ask the cost. So when I tell them the cost behind it, they say, oh, okay, and then they ask about those tablets that we get of glutathione. So I say that, see, the dose that we give in the injections are higher.
Higher.
That is why you get the results. The tablet has only 500 milligram. This is four times the injections. So that's why you get the results of, you see some glow and radiance in your skin, even tone of your body and all that. And then they say, and when they get to know the cost, then they
Back off.
back off, because they cannot afford it. Then I tell them, see, the Bollywood people are, or the Hollywood stars, that's their career.
That's their career. They're
And
getting paid for
they
it.
have that much money to
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
They just have to do that.
Yeah,
They don't have to do anything else. But you have a lot of other things to do
Yeah.
in your life.
And I'm sure it must not be only the injections, right? There must be some nutrition, there must be some schedule, there must be some routine.
The gym,
Yeah.
the workouts,
Yeah.
you see, they're doing all that, but that they don't want to see.
Yeah.
That is again tunnel
So again,
vision.
tunnel vision,
You're
yes.
just looking at the fairer skin fair.
Correct.
You're not going like, even when I talked about the Korean skin glass
glass
skin,
skin.
you are just looking at the product of Korean products. You're
Yeah.
not looking at the other things
Other
that
things.
are happening behind
Right.
having that skin.
Right. And I think this phenomenon exists also everywhere.
And I think it is all a tactic, because you are seeing nowadays the trend is K-pop and K-drama.
Yeah.
So you're seeing that. Then the Koreans came up with the Korean products nowadays.
Yeah.
So if you see, even the Chinese or the Japanese people have that kind of skin.
Yes.
But you're not looking at that.
Yeah.
You're just stuck to Korean. That is
Yeah.
again a tunnel vision there.
Right.
You're not seeing the big picture.
Yeah. So is having a tunnel vision always a bad thing?
So there are two things. See, tunnel vision, you can also, subdivide it into dedication and over obsession.
Yeah.
again. Tunnel vision. So
I
if
think
you,
rather than dividing into subdivisions, it must be like progressively in levels. Like people must be starting with focus, then
yeah, so
dedication.
if suppose a student has to get into some exam and wants to score this, and he gets into a tunnel, he forgets his other extracurricular activities. He tells his parents, "I don't want to be disturbed. I just want to focus here. Just come, give me the food in the room. I don't even want to go out," for a period of 1 year till he gets through the exam.
Right.
So that is a good thing. That is
Yeah.
tunnel vision, but that is his job. He has to
Yeah.
study. That is
Yeah.
what he is supposed to do at that age. So
Correct.
that time tunnel vision works. But when you are in a place where, like us, if we are focused only about work, or if you're focused only about your looks, or if you're focused only about a particular relationship in your life, then you are creating an imbalance, because as adults we have lot of duties to
Correct.
fulfill. It's not only the husband wife relation or the mother kids relation.
Yeah.
We are working, then we need to focus. So I've seen lot of people, there are clients who have come to me, patients who have come to me with skin problems, and when I ask about their overall lifestyle, they are focused so much into their career, both husband wife both. There, I'll tell you a story. So there was this husband wife who came to me, and I asked them, what about your eating habits? That's the questions you ask when it comes to skin issues, your lifestyle, your sleep, your diet. So they said that, ma'am, then I said, do you have kids? Like, no, I don't. Kids nahi chahiye. I don't. We don't want kids. I don't. Matlab, we are not being able to handle ourselves. I don't know how we will manage if kids come. So I said, okay, what happened? So then they were like, ma'am, we are working morning. We start at 7. We start with all this. We eat something, whatever is there, some kind of poha or something like that, and we start with their job. They start with their job. The job goes on till 8:30 for both
Okay.
husband wife. After that, they go for a walk downstairs. They eat pani puri or something like that. That's their daily routine,
My God.
because the wife doesn't even have time to get up and cook. So then I was like, you can make some easy stuff, no? Because it's work from home, and they have work from home. That was
Okay.
just after COVID.
Okay.
So they had the flexibility. And in spite of being at home, they are not eating properly. So that is the imbalance you have created. And then
Yeah.
he's like, I have BP. I have, and he was what, just 35?
My God.
Something, and his wife must be even younger or maybe the same age. So that is the level of tunnel
vision.
vision they are having in their career. I said, what about your health? You are already having these issues. So I said, okay, then you need to sort this out before even thinking of a kid, because how are you going to bring a kid when you're not taking care of
Your own self.
basic things in your
Yeah.
life? Forget
Yeah.
the bigger things of finances and all. I'm sure finances are good if they're working this much.
So yeah, having a tunneled up vision towards the ultimate goal he or she who they want to achieve, that is a positive side of what is a positive sort of tunnel vision, and then
Correct.
there's a negative. So my next question is, how can somebody differentiate between focus, tunnel vision, and obsession?
So, if you are joyful in your journey while you're being tunnel vision, if you're happy, you're passionate, you're doing everything, and in the end, you're not still. So, if it's creating a flow in your life, that means you are dead. That's not done, that's dedication.
Yeah.
But if you're over obsessed, you're drained out by the end of the day, you're drained out, you're not at all happy, you feel
Exhausted.
stuck, exhausted, then that is a proper obsessive kind of a tunnel vision where you're
Right.
not looking at the big picture. Then
Yeah.
you need to realize that something is not right. Something
Yeah.
you're doing is not right, and you're not looking at something.
Yeah. How does mindfulness play a role in dealing with tunnel vision?
So mindfulness for me is basically being in the present. So now, like for example, like if I'm here, I'm doing a podcast with you. Right now, I'm only thinking of the podcast. But once I'm out of this place, I might not even think what I said, or should I have said like this, or should I might not think of it,
Right.
because I'm like that. Like I've trained my brain that way. But maybe someone who so if you practice this on everywhere you go, like suppose if I'm in the house, a lot of my clients, in fact, they complain. Like before the timing they call, they say, "हमने बहुत phone किया and you didn't pick up, doctor. We needed appointments." I say the timings are from 12. So before 12, if you call, I will usually you know, if it's my number, personal number, I wouldn't pick up. Or if it's a clinic, also clinic phone is in there. So if they call me before or after the clinic time, maybe I won't be there. So I always tell them, leave a message. Sometime I
Right.
might pick up the phone, I'll see a message, I'll reply to there if they're having any issues. So I usually don't take my work calls, or even if someone in my society, many people want to consult me at home. They don't want to come till the clinic.
Right.
So I say no, I won't take consultations at
So
home.
when you're at home, you're at home
I am
mentally.
only at home. In fact,
Yeah.
you will not believe, seeing me at home, you will not believe that I'm a doctor.
Okay.
You will think I'm a housewife, like a person,
Right.
a homemaker. That's
Right.
what you will think of me.
Right. Right.
And people who know me, in fact, this was always there. I think in college also, I have a different personality. I don't know how you think when I'm out. So when I was in my house and my friends used to come over, like where I used to stay in a flat when I was studying my MBBS in Mauritius. So I would be washing the vessels, I'll be making, I'll be very
So again, a
weird.
homemaker when at
Yeah,
home.
so they were like, Vani, you do this, you do this. I said, what is they were like, for me, it's not surprising because I know myself.
Right.
So right now I'm at home, I have to do this. These are my
Correct.
duties, so I will do it dedicatedly. I don't have anything. And when do you cook? You know to cook? That is the first question they ask.
Yeah.
Because when I'm a doctor, like I might be there only, you know, I might be in the clinic. I'm so dedicatedly doing
Yeah.
it. So maybe people are thinking that I'm too busy at work, so I'm not a person who would do all these things.
Right.
I don't know what is their psychology by thinking like
Yeah.
that. But for me, these are normal.
Yeah.
Maybe because I've all. So again, when I learned NLP or positive psychology, also I've done. So when I know there are certain values that a person clings with
Right.
from childhood. So for me, balance has always been my core value.
Right.
So maybe that's why I am like that. But for some people, maybe career is their core value. So that's how. But then in positive psychology, there is a term called overusage of your core value and underusage of your core value. So
Okay.
if you are, whenever a problem arises in your life, it is always due to overusage of those 3 or 5 main values that you hold in your life.
Okay.
So if even if you or anyone here had a problem, always in the past also just see what was the value. What first you need to know what are your core values.
Core values.
So
Yeah.
just check which of those values have been overused in that scenario
Yeah.
of your life when you were at stress or when you were at a problem. And then if you know how, okay, if you identify that this was the problem, I was you know, so simple example I can say that there was a office where a boss is super punctual. He's very punctual, and when his employees come a bit late or anything like that, he might get very angry. Okay, so now what is happening is he's expecting that he is punctual, so everyone else has to be punctual. This is nothing to do with what we were talking. It's just an example.
Yeah.
Okay, so because this was an example given even when I was studying NLP.
Right.
So someone came late, and that person is a big delegate. Okay, so now the boss is bigger, but someone bigger to him has come now.
Right.
But that person ended up coming late.
Late.
So he was, now what can be done in that city? He cannot do anything. If it was his employee, he can fire him or do something. But the bigger person comes late, he cannot say anything. But he was really irritated. So now there, what is happening is you are modifying your value a
Yeah.
bit, adjusting it.
Adjusting it.
So you are okay with it.
Yeah.
So that can be done in multiple areas if you know what is happening there.
Correct.
Which of your belief or value has been disturbed by the other person. Or another example I can say is, if suppose two friends are there, best friends, one lied to the other, okay, and that B lied to A,
Yeah.
and the A person is seriously disturbed and feeling like how could, because that person holds a strong value of honesty.
Correct.
He will never lie. A will never lie to anyone in friendship.
Right.
But B lied. But baby B's strong core value is not honesty. It could be something like he must have lied thinking that this person will get hurt, so
Hurt.
I
Yeah.
hide it from that person.
Yeah. Yeah.
So honesty must be there in his
Secondary list.
secondary list, but not
Yeah.
his top core value. So there you should, what can be done is the A should understand that my values are honesty,
Yeah.
but maybe that person thinks in a different way, or maybe communicate to him, see, this is how I am.
Right.
I'm always truthful to you. So one thing I would expect is never lie to me.
Correct.
Whatever it is, just tell me, then I'll be okay with it.
Correct.
So their communication again
Yeah.
would help.
Yeah. I think introspection would be the first stage where A should understand that in
Yeah.
this scenario, first thing I think is for A to understand that honesty is his top value.
Correct.
And then for A to understand that the top value of B is something else
Something
probably.
else.
And
Yeah,
then,
now these things we know. Like
Yeah.
as a person, as a coach, I know.
Yeah, yeah.
That person might not know
Might
all
not
these things.
know,
We won't
yeah.
think that way in a
Correct,
normal life.
Correct. Correct.
But the thing over here, what we can do is communication plays a very important role in such things.
Right.
And again, if you are tunnel vision ki nahi, उसने झूठ क्यों बोला, if you catch up with that one thing, then you
Then there's no
cannot
larger
mend.
picture and then there's no resolution also.
Yeah.
So does it occur to you that people focus on their problems so much
Yeah.
that they are not able to see the solution is right with them?
Definitely. In fact, people are stuck with a single problem only because they start seeing, like I said, if you are stuck with, when you have a deeper insecurity, or if you have a perfectionist, like I have a
Approach.
close friend, the husband wife, the husband is kind of a perfectionist. Now he's not, I won't say perfectionist, because he has an OCD
Right.
of keeping things like this, like this, like this, like this.
Yeah.
Okay, this house has to be maintained this way. His wife is exactly opposite.
Okay.
Okay, but now here, and he keeps telling कि अरे ये तो नहीं कर सकती क्या, मैं कर रहा हूँ ना, तो ये क्यों नहीं कर सकती, I'm doing it, I'm coming from work, I'm still not even, I'm just washing my hands and I do it, I start doing things in the house. So he says this, but at the same time he also says that my wife has been super pampered before marriage by her dad. He keeps
Right.
saying that, and they had 5
Servants and all.
helpers at home and all that. So he knows that, but still
Right.
he doesn't want to accept, because he is thinking that मैं ऐसा हूँ, तो why can't she be? And that husband is a ex-army.
Okay.
So he has
So discipline
even,
is utmost value.
so now that value is so strong, and he knows that his wife is coming from that background. But so why not? And they had a love marriage. So he even said that before marriage I used to arrange her cupboard for her.
Okay.
So then I caught him at that point. I said, why did you do it? You used to do it, na? So now if she's not doing, now also you do it.
You do
Why
it.
are you not expecting now that she should do it, and why you're not doing?
Right.
I said, yeah, फिर you knew things before marriage, so you should have sorted it out then. And
Yeah.
now you can't tell कि she was like this before marriage. She was brought up like, so if she is brought up like that, then how do you expect her to change and become exactly like you?
There is there's awareness about the problem, there's awareness about the solution also, but then there's somewhere
Yeah.
it's so tunneled up onto the problem
Correct.
that the solution is not being executed.
Right. So they are so much focused on just the flaw. So now what is happening is that husband is only talking about the flaws. So then what we had to do is we had to take a turn and ask him, why did you get married to her? What was the
Yeah.
good thing that you
Yeah,
liked then
yeah,
about
yeah.
her?
So that's like zooming out
Ha.
and taking a larger perspective.
Perspective.
Right.
And then he started talking about good things about her.
Right.
Then he went back to that
Right,
zone,
right.
and he started telling all these. So I said, yeah. So then when you catch up with that, like when he said that I used to arrange her cupboard earlier. So I said, why you used to do it? Now why
Yeah.
you can't do it?
Yeah.
Then, Arey, abhi to we are married. That is, it's time to change. So the thing is, they don't want to accept. When you show
Yeah.
also the light, sometimes you don't want to accept it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So their ego is playing at
Correct. And also again it is out of the comfort zone.
outside the comfort zone.
Yeah.
So like whenever you are in a tunnel vision, just remember that it is something to do with ego or fear or some flaw.
Right.
like, or perfectionist kind of a behavior where you want to only look at the flaws. So
Yeah.
like if you say being tunnel vision is also because like this guy is looking only at the flaws because he's a
Flaws.
perfectionist, he thinks he's a perfectionist,
Right.
so he's looking at only the flaws there. So if he zooms out, then like we asked him other question, then he started seeing the positive parts also in the relationship.
Correct. Correct. So, I think one very important solution that I got from this conversation is that we need to zoom out. We need to see the larger picture. And when we see the larger picture, there's probably a very high chance that you might see the solution as well.
Yeah.
Apart from this, can you give one or two more ways of breaking out of tunnel vision?
Apart from this, the other things, like sometimes when I feel like earlier and even now, if I find a certain problem is just not in my control, and I don't know what to do about it, what I do is I write down. Like I try to write it down and break it down. So there are different ways work for different person. Like writing is one thing. So when you start writing your emotions that I'm feeling, if you are basically you're identifying that you are
Right.
angry or you are sad or whatever. So once you identify the emotion, that is the biggest thing you can do, like break through you can do. At least you
Correct.
know what is happening.
Correct.
And then why it is happening, because the XYZ said something or XYZ did this, or if I didn't do something, then you start writing, okay, why I'm sad or why I'm angry, because this is not happening. Why it is not happening? What did I, or you can write, what did I do so far and what
Yeah.
did I not do? What can I do differently
It's like
to get
journaling your entire
journaling your
process,
entire process.
thought process, I would say, about a particular problem or situation.
And many times when you are just thinking, you don't actually, you may be having the solution, but you don't, it's all jumbled
Yeah.
in your mind. So when you write it down, you are clear
It's
cut,
all
you know,
clear.
oh,
Yeah.
this is happening. Many a times when I start writing, I realize, oh, this is, what is happening. And half
Yeah.
the burden is gone down when I
Yeah.
write it down. It's like for some people, maybe talking will work.
Correct.
Like suppose you don't know what is happening, and you talk to a very close loved one of yours or your close friend who you really rely on. That person might show you something, which you didn't see.
Right.
For example, I long back I wanted to not like I wanted to buy a car. I wanted to surprise my family. So the thing is, I looked at everything, the price, the performance, the reviews, how of people
Yeah.
who have used that car and everything.
How's the company and
Yeah,
everything?
everything was good. Everything I was like, हाँ, ये सब सही है, and I got the car. But then now when I spoke about it to when another person of my friend, close friend, is buying a car, he was buying the car and everything was good, but he told one more aspect. He was like, इसका resale value अच्छा रहेगा, which I never thought,
Thought of.
because I am not used to this. But this person is more expertise in buying cars, selling cars, all these.
Right.
So that's a small aspect, but which I never even thought.
Thought of.
For me, it was only buying a car, riding the car, the fuel efficiency, mileage, that's it, and
Correct.
company
Correct.
servicing, that's it. So this is one aspect I didn't see,
Right.
and which suddenly strike me, Arey, this is, and which now I'm facing. Like I'm planning to sell one of my cars, but now the resale value of that car is not that good, which I didn't think ever.
Right.
And वो surprise देने के चक्कर में I didn't even ask my husband, who would know.
Right.
So this is a small example.
Yeah, absolutely.
But this is what happens when you talk to a person. The person gives a totally different perspective, which you have no idea.
No
you
idea
must have
about.
not even thought
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
So it's always good to talk, discuss.
Yeah.
Like many times I've seen people saying that मुझे ये से सब करना है, but I don't want to say anything to anyone because नजर लग जाएगा or something like that. Like I've seen that kind of men.
Yeah.
But then when you think about it, that's what you're losing at. Maybe it's
Yeah.
something that you are not looking at the other person. But again, it's again about the beliefs.
I think it's about beliefs. It's about experiences.
experiences.
Might because I know somebody who has had the habit of announcing his plans in the future.
Right.
And then he started developing some insecurity that when I announce my plans,
It doesn't
doesn't
happen.
work out. It doesn't happen. So then maybe it's because of experiences. Maybe it's because
No,
of
announcing again, I would say that's not a good idea, because
No,
you
announcing as in just speaking with somebody,
maybe one person,
one person
who you
only,
really
who you
think,
are
yeah, maybe,
really confident,
maybe
you are really confident about, and you
that's
share
true.
confidential things. But still, even if it's one or two persons, he started having that insecurity developed over time that, I
That's
should do it first and then tell it to anybody,
correct,
even if it's just one person.
correct.
So I think it must be. So coming back to the solutions that you talked about, I
Yeah.
think one key takeaway is, of course, uh, writing it,
Writing
journaling your problems, journaling
problems.
your vision, journaling what your emotional outflow or outburst has been like. Second takeaway for me is probably start speaking with somebody
Speaking,
about
yeah,
what's happening, what sort of confusion state are you into. I also very strongly feel, that it has been something that I personally do, is that when I'm into a brain fog, when I'm absolutely, like tunneled up onto something which I'm just not getting a solution of, like in NLP we say stuck state. I think one thing that I would love to do, and I rather always do, is that I call one of my friends and I tell him that, you know what, I want to talk a lot, and you just have to listen to it.
listen,
And I don't need solutions. I just want to
correct,
talk. And probably when I talk, when I spit it all out of my mind, then I myself realize the entire situation,
true,
what
yeah,
has happened,
yeah,
and what really went wrong. And
right,
okay, so the problem is A to Z, but the real so I'm thinking it's A to Z, but the real problem was only at one alphabet, which might be anything.
correct.
And then I just modify that one small thing, and the issue is solved.
Yeah. So that I've noticed, Yash, like you, even you are a coach, so I know. The thing is, you must be knowing when we used to do this peer coaching
Yeah,
practice.
yeah,
So many a times we used to come up with this small problems of
yeah,
our life just to get a topic in the peer coaching.
right.
So when we start talking, because either it's because of coaching or just because we are talking, we find out, oh, this was the problem.
Problem.
So
Correct.
the same thing that goes with talking or writing. Like it depends, but sometimes writing might not help for work for one
Yeah, yeah,
person.
yeah. Some
So it
context.
is always, because again in NLP we have a break. We have a differentiation of kind of people. Like
Yes.
there is
Yeah.
a kinesthetic,
Correct.
visualization
Visual,
person, visual,
auditory.
auditory.
Yeah.
So for me, like for an example, if you ask me about reading, like I would always prefer reading from a book.
Yeah.
I would not like a Kindle,
Kindle. Yeah.
because I like to feel it, because
Yeah.
I'm a super kinesthetic person. For
Right.
me,
Right.
feelings and experiences matter. So I learn from my experiences.
Right.
Maybe I that's why I never regret
Yeah.
whatever has happened in my life. If I've done a big mistakes also, I don't regret, because
You have
I've learned from it,
yeah, you've
and that's
taken
the
the
only way
learning.
I would have learned.
Yeah.
Now, if Yash had told me that ऐसे नहीं करना है, because this will happen, I might still do it, because unless and until I don't fall, I will not
Yeah.
come back and learn
Correct. Correct.
that हाँ इधर नहीं जाना था, यश ने
Right.
बोला था, even though Yash had told me,
Yeah.
I might not,
You
because
listen to it.
yeah,
Yeah.
because I'm more a person who takes things from experiencing, or I learn by doing things.
Right.
Like if I do something, only some skill, I'll know, be an expert, be
Yeah.
able to do it well.
Yeah.
So that kind. So again, that matters.
Yeah.
So someone who's kinesthetic, may, for that person, there are people who heal only by sitting alone.
Yeah.
They don't like to talk to anyone when they are sad. But
Correct.
when they come back in 3-4 days, they are fine,
Yeah.
and they are totally back to normal.
True. True.
Then there are some people who cannot keep it in their mind. They have
Yeah.
to talk to someone,
Yeah, or
even
they
if
have to
it's the
write, or they have
smallest
to.
of the thing.
Yeah.
Then some people want to write it. And then when you are in a tunnel vision, the first thing, the thing breakthrough is if you are aware that you are in a tunnel.
True.
That has to be done first.
Yeah.
If you don't know that you are tunneled
Tunneled
vision,
up, yeah.
you won't be able to come out of it. So if you are aware of it, first get aware, then accept it, and then start developing a mindset, or by talking to someone. Either coaching can help, or talking to your close person can help, or taking some kind of you can also, if it is related to your career, you can always take guidance from your mentors.
Yeah.
They will give you a broader perspective. So
Correct.
that way you can come out.
I think experience also, like you said, that you learn from your experiences.
Yeah.
So probably the kind of experience you have, say in the field of dermatology, right?
Yeah.
You are now experienced 15 years.
Right.
And then there's a new dermatologist who has an experience of 1 year or 2 years. So when that younger dermatologist would approach a senior dermat, they would definitely have a larger perspective, and then they would definitely be able to give more solutions. So if you have to, for example, give one sort of advice to the younger generation, to people who have just started working in, not just as a dermat, but as anybody in any profession, uh, do you think there are high chances of inexperienced people getting stuck into tunnel vision? And if yes, what would be the kind of advice you would want to give them?
I wouldn't say that because in my field, dermatology, I have seen even my seniors being, I've seen their prescriptions come in my clinic because they have been so rigid ki they, whatever they learned in, because medicine is a field where you have updates.
Correct.
But now I said one thing that leads you to tunnel vision is rigidity. You
Yeah.
are very rigid with your
That's your
knowledge,
ego. Yeah.
ego.
Ego.
So I've seen that in fact, not only dermatology, most of the, being a doctor, I'm sure the doctors are going to kill me for saying this, but a lot of doctors have ego
Okay.
with their, even in their own field, and even in, they have a
Medicine as a whole.
medicine as a whole. Plus कि I've seen doctors saying डर्मैट्स को क्या पता है, गायनेक्स सेइंग डर्मैट क्या है, स्किन का ये इशू है, एंड देन डर्मैट सेइंग कि हाँ ये तो मेडिसिन वाला है, स्टेरॉइड ही लिख के देगा, you know, that thing. So there are ego there also,
Yeah.
department wise,
Department
and
wise.
then there is ego. So forget the ego part. What I wanted to say is, one of my senior dermatologists who are in my vicinity, in where I work, in my, around my clinics, they are stuck to the old protocol of treating that specific problem.
Right.
They don't want to use anything new.
Right.
And also the patients come to me saying ki the doctor has told don't go there, they will tell you laser ye wo, and make a fool out of you. But because I have lasers and they don't have lasers, they are the old doctors.
Yeah.
That time lasers were not there.
Yeah.
But they will say that ye laser hi bolega, bakwas
Yeah.
hai, it is bad for you, even though they know that
Yeah.
that's a new updation.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they will still say that just for the business.
Correct, correct. No, this has been the case in every technology upgrade.
yeah.
People, the technology that has come after somebody has built an expertise.
Yeah.
For example, I was few days ago speaking to a robotic joint replacement surgeon also.
Hmm.
Same thing. The senior guys still want to do it in the conventional way.
Yeah.
And they also say that, you know what, this robot and all this is bullshit. You should do it in the
Yeah.
conventional way.
Right.
We have learned it like this, so we'll continue doing it like this only. So not just as you rightly said, it's not just, so I think people are doing in their tunnel vision and in their rigidity, people are promoting what they are doing to be right. And second thing is they are talking bad about the newer things also.
Newer things also.
So they're doing both the things together. And that is...
So, like you said, if I want to say something to the younger generation is like, never hesitate. Like, I will still keep, like, if I don't know something, I will accept it. Like,
Yeah.
if I don't have a particular laser in my clinic, I don't have the anti-aging lasers like HIFU and all in my clinic. So, I will send the patient to somewhere where I will refer. I
Right.
don't hesitate, or I
Right.
wouldn't say that. So, that should never be, because
Yeah.
your main duty as a doctor or a healer is to heal that person or give your patient what he wants.
Correct.
Or what he expects. So just, if you can't deliver it, please refer to someone. Nothing is going to happen. Even if you don't refer, that patients are smart enough to Google and look for another
Absolutely.
place.
Absolutely.
So it doesn't matter. And
Yeah.
ego should never be brought in the field of education, knowledge, like our ancestors used to say.
Yeah.
Because the more you try to keep knowledge towards for you,
It's of no use.
it's of no use.
True, true. Knowledge, they say knowledge increases when you spread it.
Spread it. And how does it matter? Someday we are all going to go away. So
Yeah.
someone else needs to know about these
Absolutely.
things, right? So
Absolutely.
and tomorrow something new will come. I will not have that laser.
Yeah.
So I will definitely, in fact, I do refer my like the birthmark treatments I don't do, because my my mentor, Dr. Depe, he is expert in treating birthmarks.
Okay.
And I always refer them. So if they ask me, do you know any other doctor, the patient, I always take his name, because I know for sure he does. Maybe there
Right.
are other doctors, but I'm
Yeah.
not aware. But I'm
Also,
confident.
you have trust you have
trust, I am
confidence.
confident, I've seen him treat.
Yeah,
So I know, so I would always refer that person to that person. I will
right.
not think, "Ki nahi." And I have the laser. For
Hmm.
some of the birthmarks I have.
Okay,
But I will still not. Just
right,
because I have it, and I know he's an expert. He uses multiple modalities to treat, and he has
right,
more experience. So I tell, no, please, you can go to that person. I'll not sit and experiment on my patient with my lasers just
right.
because I have one of the lasers.
Yeah, yeah. You know, in terms of tunnel vision, and since we have discussed so much about it over the past few minutes, rather, rather an hour or so almost, what I feel is, that people should be aware that there's something known as tunnel vision.
Right.
They can get tunneled up at any point in
Any
time.
point, even I
It
can
can
get.
be tunneled. They can be tunneled up about anything. So the context can be anything, and then there are disadvantages. Then there are problems. Then there are things that may not fall in place, and then the best part is there are solutions.
Right.
Right. So of course, we are through this conversation, we are trying to spread awareness about this particular mental psychological phenomenon. But if, for example, I always think that whenever I understand something, I would want a larger population to know it, and I would want children to know it, and I would want a younger generation to know it. So when it comes to I always think that if you can give some opinion or maybe some advice to the new generation, to the younger people, what would it be, right? Specifically about breaking through tunnel vision.
Specifically about breaking, see, for me, tunnel vision definitely is the topic now. But for me, overall, maximum problems I see today is only because of lack of communication. So I would say that the children today should be, taught how to communicate well, whether it's about their feelings, whether it is about anything that they are going through. And the parents are the first coach, they are the
Absolutely.
coach for their kids. So
Absolutely.
the only way to do that is be open, with, and let them be flexible. Now when you say about, when you are continuously telling them about achievements, marks and also, for them, in fact, so many of kids are committing suicide because of marks and mind, even
Pressures and
even before the results are out, because
yeah,
of pressure they are. So today the kids are don't know to handle these things. They
yeah,
don't know, even sometimes they're not even aware what they're going through. So at least, communicate well, give them time, make them identify what they're feeling.
yeah,
कुछ नहीं तो say what happened, what are you feeling right now, are you angry, are you sad, let them identify it. And then, or even if you suppose as a mother I scold my kid or I say something and they felt bad about it, I think I should ask them, what about my talks didn't you, what you didn't like in my
right,
talks and what hurt you the most. And if you can also play a, role play here, you can tell them that, if at all, if I this was bad way, then what would have been a better way
better way,
there, which
yeah.
you would
So
feel
you
better,
establish a feedback mechanism with
feedback
the kids.
mechanism with them. So in future, whether it's with their boss, whether it's with their teachers, whether it's with their friends or their spouses, they will at least be able to communicate well,
Right.
even if they are feeling bad, even if they are, because today people don't want to communicate. They just assume ki ha,
Yeah.
this is happening, this person is
Or they
thinking like
feel
that.
victimized also.
They feel victimized and they don't want to tell what they're
Yeah.
feeling. They
Yeah.
just think ki ha, they are at law, they are
Yeah.
the bad person, that person is right. They don't know to
Right.
differentiate between right and wrong, ki, or I can speak here and tell
Yeah.
them or
Yeah.
clarify it.
Yeah.
The
So as
misunderstanding
as
can,
as simple as I think
I think talking,
talking. Yeah.
communication is the only solution to everything, I feel.
Yeah. As simple as what, we faced so and so situation together. This is something that I didn't like.
Like,
Maybe there's a better way of
better way,
like
yeah.
like I it recently happened with me with one of my clients also. So
And acceptance, I
acceptance,
think.
yes.
I think accepting is also a big thing for
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
because if even if it's failures, like, suppose we are celebrating, nowadays people celebrate. I've seen the other day that the parent was celebrating that the kid, some reel I saw, the kid failed and they were celebrating that also.
Hmm.
So I'm not saying they should celebrate that, but efforts should be celebrated
Right.
rather than the achievements,
Right. Rather than the outcomes.
outcomes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because at least you know that the kid feels good. I did work hard.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and many a times I have seen my kid also, like my son. He keeps telling this sometimes. Ki, at least I did this, and then I feel a bit okay. ठीक है, at least
है.
he
Correct,
he,
correct,
he
correct.
identifies
At least
that
I tried.
he has done
Yeah,
it. Huh?
yeah, yeah.
And then if he hasn't worked hard, he said, yeah, I think I didn't work hard because he got less marks in one of the subjects, so which he's going for classes.
Okay.
So I told him that I need to speak to your teacher. She's not taking enough practice, for you. I think that's why you're not getting good marks. What is the purpose of tuition if you can't get
Yeah.
better marks? I'm not saying full marks, but
Yeah,
better
better
marks. He
marks.
just passed or something.
Ah.
So he said, no, actually it is my fault also. I didn't practice well. So he accepted that. And I
Yeah.
said, yeah, I know that. But then you should, but as a mother, I wanted to talk to the teacher. Obviously, I don't blame her. I know how he doesn't practice enough. But at least he accepted that.
Yeah. So the
He didn't say-
realization is there, the
realization
awareness is there.
So I didn't scold him or anything because
Yeah.
there's no, and once you get the marks, there's no point scolding because
Right.
the outcome is already there.
there. Yeah.
All you can just tell is work hard next time. You
Yeah.
know what are your mistakes. Just
Yeah.
you know now what you have done wrong. That's what I tell.
Yeah.
Because he was very scared.
Hmm.
My I think he got the marks and he told my mother-in-law. My mother-in-law asked him what are the marks. He was not telling.
Hmm.
So when I came from work, she said, "Ki I think he's got very less marks in everything. He's not telling the marks also." So I got super panicky. What happened? Now all subjects, because two subjects he's weak, other subjects he does good. So I was worried till I reached him. Okay, at my place. Then I reached there. I said, I called him in the room. I said, what happened? You got how much marks you got in all this? And he said, all the other subjects he got okay, good marks,
good
which I was
marks.
expecting. Only two subjects which he's already weak in, always weak in, he got less marks. So I said, Acha, you got this much marks. Okay. So I had a fear
Yeah.
because my mother-in-law gave that dialogue.
Yeah, yeah.
I said, oh my God, he
Kya ho
plugged in
gaya?
everything out.
Ah.
That was the impression I got.
Correct.
So, but then I didn't say anything. I said, okay, fine, this much you
Yeah.
got now.
Yeah, that's okay.
And he was surprised.
Yeah.
He was like, he thought I'm going to give it now.
Yeah.
Nice. He was
No, and I
scared.
also feel, when you expect the worst,
Haan,
and then when you see that what has come out is not the worst,
Worst.
you feel better
about it.
Yeah. So I think this is applicable
I think
everywhere in
it's
life.
applicable that you keep an open mind.
Yeah.
Then nothing will, distract you in any way. If you
Yeah.
just keep a
Yeah.
flexible, open mind,
Correct.
that is important.
Absolutely. I think it was amazing speaking with you for all these minutes. It was amazing
Same
asking you
here.
a lot of questions, getting a lot of answers. Both of us being coaches and both of us being into the field of NLP for XYZ years now. I've been doing it since 2014, so I think 11 years almost.
Yeah.
So it was amazing speaking with you over these different topics. For me, human psychology has always been like an onion, that you go on peeling one layer after another, and
True.
and actually it's infinite. You can never really reach the core of it. All you can do is observe patterns. All you can do is probably, like you said, experience it, communicate about it, be aware, accept. So I think these are few things, and you have very rightly talked about values. That for me, that was one great takeaway, a great revision after a long time. That every other person in my life has a certain peak value, has certain secondary values, and I have certain sets. And if it's matching, it's great. If it's not matching, it's a different. So I think overall, it's been a great conversation. Thank you so much. A lot of takeaways for me, a lot of takeaways for our audience as well. And hope to see you again soon and discuss on some other topic again related to mindfulness.
It's always a great thing discussing with you, Yash, because
you.
like the other day we talked about this podcast, and now today it's a kind of a different
Conversation
the
altogether.
same thing. The topics are same, but then we had a great discussion, a more expanded discussion.
Absolutely,
I think, today.
absolutely.
And it's always, I mean, we can go on
We
and
go
on.
on and on. We can talk for 8 hours straight.
Straight.
Just need hot water and a good functioning AC. That's all. Chalo, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
So before we finish the podcast, this
Yeah.
is like the final segment.
Okay.
Rather, sub segments in the final segment.
Okay.
We are going for a rapid fire round. I would quickly ask you a
Do I
question.
get a hamper?
Yeah, you will get a hamper for sure. Not on the camera, but off the camera for sure. So, and very, very soon, I think like Coffee with Karan, we should start keeping
Start.
like those bigger hampers. And
know.
भले वो इतना बड़ा डब्बा रिकामा क्यों ना हो, but we should keep one. Okay, so for the rapid fire, I have questions in my hand. I'll just ask you a quick question, and whatever is like the quickest answer, right? So, what's harder to heal, the skin or the mind?
The mind.
Okay. What's tougher to treat, acne or attitude?
I think I will go with the skin in the first one.
Okay.
Because unless and until you don't heal the mind, the skin will not be healed.
So skin is harder to heal.
Harder.
Okay. And what's tougher to treat, acne or attitude?
For me, I think acne.
It's
Again,
tougher
it
to
goes
treat.
with the
Okay,
skin
okay.
and mind connection. Yeah.
Okay. Me being a coach, I think attitude.
So I'm both here. But
Yeah.
then I still feel the attitude is connected with,
Yeah.
it's subjective.
It's subjective,
If-
yes.
Because I've seen patient coming with one acne and telling me to treat only that acne and not seeing the remaining skin.
Okay. So attitude needs to be treated first. Yeah. Okay. So the third one is, if you could delete one human behavior forever, what would it be?
Delete one human behavior.
From everyone, forever.
Ego.
Wow. Nice. What's the most unmindful thing you have seen people do?
Reels.
Okay. Great.
First thing in the morning and last thing
Last
in
thing
the day.
at the night, yeah. If overthinking burnt calories, how fit would people be?
People would have been super fit, I feel. Nowadays, overthinking is the biggest
challenge.
challenge.
Yeah. One thing people assume about mindfulness that makes you like, what the hell? Like a myth about mindfulness.
A myth about mindfulness, I would say, I have a thing for people talking about self-love and doing nonsense things like,
Okay.
get ready with me. This is self-love, or they're very superficial sometimes, I feel.
So social media as a whole, you're saying, or it's just self-love?
No, they have a very wrong conception, concept about
Mindfulness.
self-love or mindfulness, or I'm doing this, I'm being very mindful. But then many of the influencers, they are talking something, but they have 10 cameras around and they are talking like they are doing it, for the first time.
Yeah.
That itself is a
Yeah.
most artificial, superficial thing that you can do.
Fake candidates.
Fake. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's harder to maintain, a skincare routine or self-awareness? Harder to maintain.
Self-awareness.
Yeah. Great. Who needs more therapy, overthinkers or perfectionists?
Both.
Both. What's the biggest red flag disguised as self-care?
I've seen people telling me that they watch reels to, forget their problems.
Okay.
Or
I have heard people telling me that they spend time on social media to feel gratified. That's also the
that
same
is the
thing.
same thing.
Yeah,
Dopamine shots they are getting. No?
True.
Instant
Yeah,
gratification.
instant gratification. True.
That is why, in fact, that we can discuss in a different topic, because today people are just not. They just find a short way for everything. No?
Yeah. Yeah.
That is going.
I think
we are leading to gutter
shortcuts. Yeah.
by doing that,
Yeah.
which we are not aware. In recent times, I've been watching podcast about what the extraterrestrial people are expecting from us. Even they are trying to help us to be more aware, it seems. That's what I've heard, which we don't want. And even what people are negotiating with the aliens in US and all they are giving off energy because they want our conscious states, and they are taking technology from them.
Oh. Okay.
What else can you do to degrade your planet?
True. Awareness.
Awareness you are okay
Awareness
to give us,
trading.
because we don't
Yeah.
even understand all those
Yeah,
things.
of
No?
course, of course, of course.
We think
There's
it's
no awareness
rubbish.
about awareness.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Right. So we'll move to the next segment, which is the one tip for. Okay, that's the round.
Okay.
So I'll be asking
Right.
you like a set of people, and then you have to give one tip for them, right? So
Okay.
the first one is, what's one tip you would like to give people struggling with overthinking? Stop overthinking.
Stop overthinking.
No, but that's not happening.
No, that's
why.
not happening. But then, because in my coaching career, I've seen perfectionists and like you asked the
Overthinkers.
same question, overthinker. They are the most difficult people to coach because you like I had a client who I've made him understand one by one. You're thinking about this,
Yeah.
and then he's like, wow, yeah, today I realized everything. Next session he comes again, he's
Same
in the
thing.
same square one.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's very difficult.
And I also think overthinkers run into problems more than regular thinkers.
Then yeah,
Because they keep overthinking, right? That's the whole
you
point.
won't believe. I had a colleague who was learning coaching with me, NLP with me. NLP, yeah, we are into the coaching field, and he was never ready to start coaching. So I used to ask him, why you don't want to do it with your amongst your relatives, slowly your friends, and then build up. So he's like, no, I want to be perfect in this, and then I
That's
want
true.
to
That's
start.
true. That's true. So, when I, in a very casual way, when people come to me and say I'll start when I'm completely ready about anything.
हाँ, same thing.
So my entire thing is probably next life then, next birth,
Yeah, that's
because you'll never be ready if you have to.
But yeah, when you do all these things, again, next life you take, you will again be stuck with that overthinking only. If you don't come out of it this life.
Yeah, true. So the next one is someone dealing with anger issues. One tip.
Anger issues, first thing, just get out of the place. If you're angry, first thing is just get out of the place where you are, because a physical shift will immediately change your
Will make your mentality also shift.
shift.
Great. One tip for people who constantly seek validation, online or offline.
Take validation from yourself in front of a mirror first.
Okay, superb. One tip for anyone who's working hard but feels stuck.
That is again like tunnel vision. So you need to first zoom out and or ask a friend, who's feeling. First thing you need to talk. Why are
Right.
you feeling stuck? And again, coaching there. Coaching could be from a relative or from a friend.
Right,
If you don't want to go to a coach.
right. One tip for people trying to meditate but can't even sit still for 2 minutes.
You can just focus on your breath. You don't have to go into a trance immediately as you sit. You just focus on your breath, increase 1 minute every day. That's also enough.
Superb. One tip for someone who continuously compares themselves with others.
Always compare yourself with who you were yesterday
Yeah,
than with someone, because then you will never be happy.
yeah,
Never ever. There's a never enough thing that comes. You will be in
Yeah.
that
stuck in the cycle.
cycle of never enough.
Yeah, yeah. One tip for someone who is constantly anxious.
Breathe.
Nice.
Whenever you're anxious, just breathe.
Breathe. That's
To
true. That's
Focus on your breath.
true. Absolutely. I think that's a very solid answer, rock solid answer. So we have done with our rapid fire and our one tip for round. So I think it was a brilliant conversation.
Yeah.
And we just sum it up completely now.